pretty much like there were no people really looking out to keep you guys separated. You guys end up at the same bar. Nate goes out with his guys. Chase's guys are already there, and there's no word spoken. It's just the guys start throwing down. My question, though, as a devil's advocate, though, do you feel like you shouldn't have gone up to Nate in that moment? Because I guess that's what other people would ask.
And I know Nate Diaz was with his whole crew, or like Nate was like gonna think of me as a threat. I would never say a word, but like shit, I would have been like, "Hey, dude, chill." Like, you know, like bought him a drink. I would have like had a chill conversation. Fuck, I like the guy. I looked up to him for years, but yeah, no, 100%. Had I known the exact intent, or even all the shit that Chase Demore was saying to Nate, like I didn't know all of that. Like Chase was instigating. Yeah. I arrived the day of the fight. Yeah. The day before, Nate Diaz's team goes to the media weigh-ins. And as one of the guys is up on scale, one of their team takes a bunch of water and they boil it. Oops.
Damn. It muted again.
Sorry.
Good. They boiled water.
Yeah, they boiled water. They put it in a jug, and then one of Nate Diaz's team chucked it at Chris Avila, his opponent, during the fight down in Nashville. It missed his opponent, hit the cameraman. The water busted open, hit the guy in the eye. He ended up going to the hospital because of it. And they did stunts like that every single day of the event. It was like, yeah.
Whose camp? Chase's camp or Nate's camp did that?
Nate Diaz's camp was doing that to his opponent, to Chris Avila.
Yeah, I got you.
It's not Nate Diaz's camp, it's Chris's camp, but
yeah,
same shit.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so they were the ones doing that water stuff like that.
Yeah, and they were doing stuff like that to people the entire week. And then Chase Demore was instigating as well to the Diaz's team. I'm not for sure. There's a lot of back and forth before I even got there. All I saw was the altercation that happened at the event where Nate Diaz threw a water bottle at Chase, and Chase came back at him on heavy with a chip.
Right. That was it. You weren't privy to the whole backstory. So you thought only what happened at the arena plus what you saw on Bourbon Street was like all you had to go off of, which is why you may have appeared a little clueless walking up to Nate Diaz like that, right? In a way.
And I got a video with Chase Demore afterwards where he was talking shit to Nate Diaz. And I really wanted to get a video with Nate Diaz as he responds, because the thing Nate Diaz was getting ready for the fight with Jake Paul. Okay. And I think that was already set up in motion at this point in time. And I was wanting to do a video, a few miscellaneous sub-content, asking him about his thoughts and miscellaneous randoms. Yeah. And no, definitely never intended to fight Nate Diaz because I'm not suicidal.
Okay. You know? Well, that's why I was also, okay, so just to be honest with you, right, just to keep it 100 with you, that's why I kind of thought too, why I said earlier, like, you could also be some like devious guy, I don't know, because you're like a fighter, you know, and I know like a fighter, you got something different mentally than other people. Like the fact that you've stepped in a cage over and over and over again, you got to, you know, you're just a little different. You feel you're confident in yourself. So part of me was thinking like, I don't know if you were going up to Nate with like a disguise or like a nice guy, and then who knows, but you know, that's up for you to say. I'm just saying from an outside perspective, sometimes my brain goes wild, you know, and I start to build these narratives, but that's why I kind of thought so. But here's what I'm leading to is that now I'm kind of thinking, you kind of went up to him like thinking you're unaffiliated with Chase Demore. You're like your own guy, right? Your own camp by yourself. So maybe that's why you thought you could go up to Nate. Yeah, like you thought if you went up to Nate that you weren't carrying all of Chase's beef with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%. I thought when I went up to Nate Diaz that I would have been able to be like, whoa, bro, and like have like a moment where we talk, okay? Or have a conversation, or I would have bought him a drink. Or worst case scenario, he tries to walk past me, but he said that he thought that I was the real Logan Paul, and that's why he did that. And to this day, he still says he choked out the real Logan Paul. So like it helps with the virality, yeah. But so I'm getting a lot of death threats because the Nate Diaz fans are like a different breed. Okay, they're like super intense.